Hey folks, it's Cement once again, and welcome back to another video. And I'm kind of pre-recording these videos. I haven't uploaded them yet. At times I pre-record stuff. Hey, I have some time, do them all in a row, save them so I can upload them quickly for you. And I had said in a video before that I thought this episode was just okay, but the more I thought about it, the more I have to give more credit than that. I do think after thinking about it a little bit, this is more than just an okay episode. It's a pretty good one. I think what it was, there's a lot of elements of this that reminds me of In the Mouth of Madness, and I much prefer In the Mouth of Madness. I really enjoy that film. I think it's an underrated John Carpenter film, one of his most underrated ones. And it's like, I'd rather watch In the Mouth of Madness. But this still has a lot of good notices to it. I would still say I enjoyed films like We All Scream for Ice Cream. I would say that picked me up over this. I definitely would not say it's my favorite Masters of Horror episode, but it's a fairly decent one. And does have quite a few features as well, as you can see. It stars Norman Reedus. Now, Norman Reedus has been popular nowadays because of the Walking Dead TV show. And you also have Udo Kier. And this is a film John Carpenter did where it does have atmosphere to it, has some good makeup effects of this being, which is an angel who has had his wings cut off. And it does have a very intriguing story, and that's what I mean. That I wanted even more credit than I was going to, because the story and the atmosphere, and it does have some nice gore bits as well. I'm not the biggest on the ending to this, but I still like it because the story is interesting, and what that story is, there is this film that long ago. There's a bit of dialogue that says film is magic, and in the right hands it could be a weapon. And there's this lost film called The Absolute End of the World. And Norman Reedus, he's a guy whose wife has committed suicide. He runs this little movie theater, but he's in debt to his wife's father, so his stepfather, who wants the money. He doesn't have it, but he might be able to get it if he gets this rare film for this rare film collector played by Udo Kier. And the history of this film, how it was shown one time, and that one time people went crazy. And that's what it reminds me of In the Mouth of Madness, because when people read this book, the books of Sutter Kane, they went crazy. Here you see a film and they went crazy. But In the Mouth of Madness, it has the running time and the budget to further develop its ideas and creature effects and just have more stuff going on because of the budget. And Norman Reedus does okay, but I definitely think Sam Neill did a better job in that film. But Norman Reedus in this, he's still okay as the lead. He's not, I don't think he's bad. The score, I don't think, yeah, Cody Carpenter. Okay. So it did have a little bit of that Carpenter vibe. That's why his son did the score. Cody Carpenter. That's pretty cool. But the score fit the film very well. It does have some nice atmospheric moments. And the script, pretty decent. I like how one friend is talking about how, well, not even a friend, it was Udo Kier who mentioned he didn't go that night long ago when they had a premiere. He went to see Dr. Phibes, Abominable Dr. Phibes, because he wanted to meet Vincent Price. So I liked that. And then he shows Norman Reedus this angel who's had his wings cut off. And later on you find out that this film is people who took this angel and desecrated him, cutting his wings off, and because of that, the film itself has been affected by evil. Even one time Norman Reedus goes, who's the producer? The devil. And someone else goes, He doesn't have a name. So you get the idea. Maybe it was a devil, maybe it was a demon. You know, make you think a little bit. And what I meant before, when it does well with its atmosphere, there's a sequence where Norman Reedus finds the critic, the one critic who reviewed it long ago. And the guy just has piles and piles of paper everywhere. And you realize this is the one review that he's been writing for decades. All this paper is for one review of this film. So that's what I mean by certain ideas like that I find interesting. And now that I think about it, I would say this is a better version of The Ninth Gate. The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp I don't like. I don't like the film. The ending I don't care for. I felt it was anticlimactic. I thought that went at a slow pace. This is less than an hour long, and it went at a faster pace because they're both about people who are looking for this rare thing, a rare book or a rare film, and deals with evil and deals with or heaven or hell or the devil or whatever. But I thought this was just had better atmosphere. I thought the direction was better. I'm not a fan of that director of The Ninth Gate. Not only for the personal stuff he's done, but just as a director in general. And I just never cared for The Ninth Gate. I definitely prefer this one over that. But at one point, as he's getting more and more into it, listening to audio tapes, he starts seeing these cigarette burns like you would see on the film. I thought that was a nice visual touch. And these cigarette burns, he kind of has a little memory lapse. And he's like, well, what happened? At one point, he gets caught by these people. He's tied down. And these other people, they're filming sort of a snuff movie. And they kill this woman. Nice practical effect. I think K&B did all the effects for the Masters of Horror stuff. So what happens is he sees a cigarette burn. Then after he's done, he's now standing and he has apparently killed all the bad guys. So it's like this thing that's affecting his head. And there's this dialogue about the closer you get to the film, the more you changed. And an intriguing, interesting story mixed with capable acting, mixed with a score that fit the film well, some nice atmosphere in certain sequences, some good practical effects. There's another one where a guy stabs both of his eyes out. It just, the finale felt sort of, that's the ending. It's sort of one of those things where, okay. I don't know if I should spoil it. Well, I've spoiled other endings, so I might as well. So, spoiler, starting now. Udo is filming, Udo Kira's seen it, and this is sort of a nice effect, a nice idea that he wants to make his own film, so he puts his intestines in the projector. I like that idea. But Norman Reedus doesn't want to watch the film. He's trying to leave, but his asshole stepdad gets in his way, and you get the idea the father-in-law blames him for his daughter, the wife's suicide. And they both get sucked into watching the film, and they both see her. And Norman Reedus goes, we both can't let her go. It's like we're killing her over and over again, unless we're both dead. So you get the idea he went crazy. So he kills him, and then he shoots himself. And then the angel comes in, picks up the film, goes to Norman Reedus, thank you for this, and he walks away. So in a way, he kind of did the right thing for this angel character. He didn't get much of a reward, but that's not Carpenter's style. He's usually a pretty cynical guy. I mean, look at the ending to a lot of his movies. And yet, really enough, Carpenter's one of those guys I think does it well most of the time. But I'm fine with the ending of The Fog or The Thing or Halloween. But this one, I don't know, would like a little bit more, or a little bit different, or I don't know, just a little something. And Norman Reedus, I think he's okay. Just every once in a blue moon, I thought there's a little flatness to his role. Just a little flatness, but most of all, I thought he did fine. But yeah, I definitely, if you're a Carpenter fan, I think it's worth a look just for the interesting ideas and storyline, some nice atmosphere. His son Corey Carpenter did a good job in the score. Nice effect of the angel with his wings cut off. The cast for the most part is pretty capable, and overall, it was just a fairly good story. Maybe not in my eyes a perfect story, but it's a fairly well told story. I definitely think this was better than, say, The Ward, which is his last film. This felt more of a Carpenter movie than The Ward. The Ward was Carpenter in name only, honestly. That's why it's my least favorite. I think it's John Carpenter's worst film, The Ward. This one, it did feel a bit Carpenter-like. I know he did another film called Pro-Life for Masters of Horror, but I haven't seen it, so maybe one day. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.